want to have to deal with.
Oh.
Instantly, an Atomic Poison Ivy gets banned.
And Nightbat to follow up. So I just got put in my place. There's not going to be any Atomic Poison Ivy or Nightbat. And here is the Flash first pick. Are we ready? It might happen.
I'm ready.
We haven't seen
or
Flash
Aquaman.
yet. Yes.
Has anybody played Aquaman?
What
is happening?
No.
What's happening? I'm confused.
I think this is a little bit troll.
It's a troll.
He looks like a troll.
Wait, though. E's played Gaslight Joker in the top lane.
Gaslight Joker in the top lane is pretty amazing.
He could be picking this.
Oh.
He's picking this as a solid thing, and I bet you they're just waiting to counterpick the ones that VEXX. So VEXX is probably like, oh, we need to get the ones that, like, the aggressive characters that we really need. And I think KGO is like, let's see who they pick, and we're going to try to pick around that.
So you think they went with the safe pick in the top lane?
I do.
And we'll see the rest of their crazy. Oh my goodness.
That's
I'm pretty terrified for either Star Sapphire or Flash to follow up with that Joker pick.
Yeah. Both of those would be really viable in tandem.
If they do, okay, so they do pick Star Sapphire. I think we're gonna see a Flash come out. We'll also see the Green Arrow because Green Arrow is just a solid marksman to have. You know, we've seen Gaslight Batman a lot today. Green Arrow can really brutalize people along with Atomic Poison Ivy that we saw in lane. So I'm wondering who they'll send with Green Arrow this time around.
I mean, Crypty kind of insta-locked that, and despite the fact that Ease was playing an Enforcer, actually, do you think maybe he's switching with Salty High?
It's possible. I mean, yeah, wow. Okay, so Mecha Superman's also coming out, and in this top lane, it's gonna be a pretty slow lane, but they'll both be able to build up credits relatively quickly without any fear of, you know, jungle ganking or anything like that. And then Crashy picks up the Atomic Green Lantern, and we haven't seen Atomic Green Lantern yet. Zatanna, not a surprising pick coming out for Supreme.
There's the Aquaman.
You think it's gonna be? I'm really surprised that we don't see Flash.
How do you know that S2O isn't going to pick Flash? He usually goes marksman, and they need a marksman.
Yeah.
So probably going to see, like, a cyborg.
I mean, so if you don't want a Flash, it's okay to not have a Flash. And they know that VEXX is probably not going to pick a Flash. So why have a Flash in a match and take the chance of losing that early game and making Flash fall behind? Why not just pick Aquaman?
Yeah. That's totally fair. It's interesting. I think it's really fun that those three new champions, we have Green Arrow and Aquaman, wait a second, and Mecha Superman. Yeah, I was like looking over them, and I had like pretty much already gotten used to Mecha Superman like existing. So I was like, wait a second, who's the new guy over there? But those are all the three new champions that launched with open beta 2 days ago. They launched actually technically 2 days before open beta, but you know, we're officially telling you guys you can definitely play them now. Right.
So these players have been playing with these champions, getting the early advantage, figuring out every nook and cranny about tips and tricks with Green Arrow, Aquaman, and Mecha Superman. So we're gonna see a lot of really great plays coming out from them. Although they're new, doesn't mean they haven't had a lot of play.
Right, and plus, if you're generally a good player, usually it just takes a little bit to kind of hone your skills to adapt to a specific champion and what they offer. And a lot of things have similarities. It just really comes down to learning your very specific limits.
Yeah, and the more important thing here is figuring out who lanes where and who lanes with what and what the best lane composition and team compositions are. And it looks like we're going to see Supreme with Cripsy. I haven't seen Supreme play Zatanna yet, so it should be pretty interesting. It's a little bit different than Atomic Poison Ivy. Yeah,
Supreme also played Star Sapphire one game, so I think he's relatively used to at least using power damage as an output, but it looks like Fatal Uno as this Star Sapphire is going to be supporting Gaslight Batman. Doesn't that kind of seem like what's happening? I don't want to say supporting. I should say duo laning, because Star Sapphire is definitely way too powerful to be considered a support. As a controller, she's obviously going to be able to put a lot of damage and a lot of crowd control, but given the surveillance cameras, don't you kind of think that's... Unless it's Mecha Superman.
I honestly think Asylum... I think Asylum might be going bot with Gaslight Batman. We always... Well, not always, but a lot of the time we see Joker laning with the Marksman. So I wouldn't be surprised if we saw both of them going. And it's a really good combination against, you know, someone like Green Arrow. Because you want to be able to make sure you can poke back.
Well, I guess we're gonna see pretty quickly the way that they divvy themselves up.
So we're seeing Joker go in the top lane, and this doesn't definitely mean he's gonna be in the top lane, but it looks like Mecha Superman is gonna play that controller route. You're right.
So Mecha Superman is really good for a controller because his passive, which is Agent of Hope, makes it so that every time he destroys an environmental object, he gains a healing aura. Well, it's pretty small. It's nothing like Poison Ivy's heal, but it's increased
that
by
armor benefit too,
yeah.
as well.
He gets increased by it gets increased by if somebody's near him. So he actually doesn't benefit as much from a solo lane because he does have all the capability of synergy with others. So it makes sense. I was kind of looking forward to seeing if Star Sapphire was able to support him. So kind of disappointed. But
I've honestly tried it out, and it is not bad.
Yeah, I wouldn't think so.
It goes pretty well.
I think the Bonds of Love could work very much in your favor that way.
You just need to make sure that you save it for the right moments, because if you don't have it up for a while, you're going to be in trouble.
I saw that there were a lot of pings actually in the top here, but I think that KGO decided that they probably weren't going to go in on that. I think they had pinged right here. Oh, no. Oh, I can't see that ping. There it is. Just pinging to show that there was a camera there.
Yeah, they know that they have another, the enemy team has their surveillance camera there, and they're already set up in the bot lane with surveillance cameras.
So why do you think that Crashy is starting at the Speed Destroyer and Gasstroke is starting at the Health Destroyer?
So, normally, teams start off with the Health Destroyer. Crashy might be looking to gank level 2. I wouldn't say that's the best option for him.
Yeah.
Usually if I start Speed Destroyer, I gank level 2. Sometimes I do it with Doomsday, and then I get the immediate speed boost and just go straight to the bot lane and, you know, have that charge at level 2. It doesn't always work out. Most of the times it doesn't, because, you know, level 3 is literally the prime time for ganking.
Yeah.
So maybe he just quickly wants to get to the next camp. And it's not a bad choice, because you're taking this and then you're hitting level 3 essentially before the other team is.
That makes that definitely is an adequate reason to, but I wonder about the level 2 gank as Atomic Green Lantern. He's entirely reliant on his grab. You know what I mean? If he misses that, what is he gonna do? So it looks like wait, what is happening?
So this was a little bit of a poor choice, because neither of them leveled up to level 2, so they're going to be a bit behind, and Crashy is going to fall even further behind. He did just hit level 2 now, and Mecha Superman also. Wow, I am actually really surprised. This was an epic play from Crashy and Bro. I was not expecting them both to hit level 2 and get that gank off pretty successfully.
I mean, it almost looked like it would have panned out really well. Unfortunately, Salty Kai was there, almost out of circumstance, because he did decide to go for the Health Destroyer. I don't know that they necessarily did that. I think maybe if Gaslight Joker hadn't been there, they wouldn't have done it. But no, he's actually going in for that early invade.
So, I guess Joker tried to do the early invade, but it doesn't work because they already took out the creatures down there. And it looks like they're just going to try and get a kill as quickly as possible, and if they can just switch onto Gas Joker, they'll be perfectly fine. Oh, they didn't really decide to choose any particular target. I'm
just as good at filling them away for that.
Right. I mean, it forces them to go back, and now they can get the EMP early, but I don't know if they'll be able to take advantage of getting an EMP this early. Maybe they'll just store it up for later.
It's always
bad.
Good.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, it's a teeny amount of credits, all things considered, because it only goes to those that are nearby, and I think it's about like 50 credits per person or something.
Yeah.
Which doesn't really add up to too much, but it's good to have that presence there, and it also takes less pressure off of, I think, bottom lane, because at least bottom lane for VEXX's case, because now that they've put so much pressure down there, I would imagine that KGO is going to be a little bit less aggressive, a little bit less willing to put themselves out there. I don't think that Kanata really wants to be against this Catwoman. Catwoman's really a rough character to lean against.
Yeah, I mean, he has invulnerability, so he can ensure that he doesn't die there, and yeah.
I think he would have died.
We saw what happened. He was really low the entire time, and Catwoman is just shoving him out of lane, and we've seen that in a lot of the other matches today.
It seems like maybe KGO, or rather maybe VEXX would benefit from trading lanes, because it looks like Fatal Uno's having a good time. Push his G's back. I would imagine that Joker would have a Asylum Kanata going mid against Aquaman, would have just as, you know, safe of a lane, without being able to take the harass, and that Star Sapphire might be able to trade more efficiently with Catwoman because her skill shots will actually go through the drones. Whereas Joker has to be a little bit more careful about, you know, where he's positioning his Mr. Punchy.
Yeah, we saw that in the last match. We saw Star Sapphire against Catwoman Prime, and at first Catwoman Prime was really being a bully, and later on it didn't work out so much. Oh, he actually tries to juke and walks back into the fear. He has his invulnerability up. It should be enough to make him get him out securely, and the Bonds of Love. Nice touch there.
Yeah, she was gonna get away, but it was kind of like, ah, extra security. you're not tasting this. It looked like this Salty Kai, he's pretty relentless though. He's done a lot of positioning in the enemy jungle, and I think he's really confident about.
I don't think they have vision on them. I also don't think this is, yeah, okay, so it's smart on Gas Joker. He knows that he can't get the gank there. The drones are just pushing way too quickly onto the tower. Mecha Superman doing a really good job here at just keeping Green Arrow and Zatanna back away from Gaslight Batman. That's essentially what he wants to do. He just wants to shove you out and make sure you're not picking on his guy.
And you think that against two ranged champions, it wouldn't be easy to just to put yourself out there, but you know, now that the drones have reverted back to the way that their aggro was prior, they can't really get some free harass off because the drones are going to defend. Well, VEXX's drones are going to defend them, so.
Yeah, I mean, look, he just stands in the front and says, you know, go for it, hit me. Yeah. You're gonna take aggro in a second anyways.
Ooh, that was almost really dangerous for them. It just split them, but if he had just aimed it a little bit further back, I think that might have been at least nearly a kill on somebody. Jeez, somehow, I mean, is staying in this lane. I think if he hits level 6, or Star Sapphire does, oh no, so she's actually like, I've been here a little bit too long. Whoa, okay, never mind. She's pretty indecisive.
She just said, all right, I'll get my Medusa's mask.
Which is perfect. A perfect item to buy in lane if you don't really want to force yourself back.
That's exactly what in the last match, Star Sapphire had picked up Medusa's mask to get that Medici's passes, and every time she levels up, she regains some health and will. And the second she got that was when she started pulling ahead of that Catwoman.
Yep. I mean, she's not. Luckily for her, she doesn't have to deal with Catwoman Prime. Right. Fortunately, that task was falling to Joker, but actually, look. So what I was saying is they should switch mid and top, but they're switching top and bot. So now Gaslight Batman and Mecha Superman are going to the top lane to fend off Catwoman. I mean, Joker's going to be soloing against these two.
Yeah, you pointed out a really good thing about that is if you can't do well in your lane, you might as well just trade it out, because if not, you're just wasting time and you're losing on credits and experience. And Joker can hold out really well, as you sometimes show in in matches that you play with Joker. You can withstand the 2v1s pretty easily, and if they dive you, you can almost always secure a double kill if you play it smart.
Because he's all about kiting and playing. I always think of him as a counter initiator and not necessarily somebody that's supposed to chase or get in there to be a super hyper aggressive blaster. It's like Aquaman would be. So him being in that solo lane, having just a little bit of power lifesteal from his passive is going to give him just enough that he needs to kind of hang around here. And the wave clear from his presence also make it really difficult for them to just kind of push infinitely.
Yeah. We're seeing the top lane, just, Catwoman can't whip Mecha Superman for as hard as she can whip Joker, and if he can just stand in there and take the whips and make her waste the will, then Gaslight Batman won't take any of the damage.
It looks like Star Sapphire is actually quite aware that Aquaman was lurking around up there. I don't know if she... Yep, she definitely detects the presence of Salty Kai there.
And just pointed out that there was a surveillance camera there, and they know that Gaslight Joker is somewhere within that as well.
I think this might be the end for Ease if Mecha Superman... Ooh, that's actually a pretty good wall.
She does have her ultimate up, and she has invulnerability, so if she really needs to, she can get out of this. It's a smart move just to get out as quickly as possible there.
There is some support coming up from KGO, so it looks like Ease is trying to go in deep to bait, but I think it's kind of a little obvious his over-aggression there. He was very scared. The moment he goes in forward, looks like VEXX might actually take the... Oh, I was going to say take the bait, but there's nobody coming up anymore. There's around.
Both sides actually saw that there were surveillance cameras in there, and they knew that they could pick them out. Oh, Bonds of Love came out a little bit too quick. If she had waited, she would have got a little bit more damage onto that, and probably done a little bit more for Atomic Green Lantern to get in there and help secure a kill, potentially. Gaslight Joker can get away relatively easily, though, with his spell shield.
So, right now... do you think they should counter trade the lanes that they have? Like, Ease is obviously not having a good time. Do you think they should just kind of play along with the strategy that was happening?
I mean, if I were them, I would probably swap again, but you want to make sure you swap at the right time, because if you don't swap at the right time, then you're wasting credits and experience. And, you know, VEXX lost a little bit of credits and experience doing the first trade. So if KGO just sticks through it, they'll essentially have a better trade in credits and experience and just have the advantage consistently.
Yeah.
So it's not necessarily bad to stay there, but it might be beneficial for them to swap again.
Well, I mean, how do you even say that something is bad? I mean, if you're not really optimizing what you're doing, it's not technically bad. Not in a way that's bad in terms of skill, but just not the best thing that you could be doing.
Right. I mean, it just comes down to the possible risks, and they're up, you know, let's say 200 credits from 2 waves that they missed from swapping the lanes. So if they swap again, you know, KGO won't have that 200 credit advantage, and you want to keep that advantage. And if Catwoman can stay here in lane and not, you know, not have them take the tower, then KGO will win that advantage and they won't need to trade it off.
I can't believe it's actually almost 11 minutes into the game and we still haven't seen a single kill secured. Now, obviously getting a kill isn't all the game is about, but it helps you secure turrets. I mean, the point of basically killing the enemy champion is to be able to push those turrets down and eventually take up the enemy's power.
Yeah, both teams playing it really slowly. They don't want to take any chances, and they're taking advantage of the skills that they have, but they're not, you know, overextending or doing crazy things. And we're seeing a lot of vision and surveillance cameras out constantly. Oh, this might be a good initiation. Aquaman has low will though.
Yeah, I don't think he should do it because Asylum has his ultimate. Salty Kai was there, but it still would have been kind of a risky play if Asylum played it right.
Yeah, it's different to see this rotation because now I think they're just trying to find a way for Joker to catch up a little bit. And he's not necessarily behind the duo lanes or anything like that, but they really want him to start to get going like Star Sapphire would get going, and they want to find the best spot for him to pick up the kill, and it's probably against Aquaman, because once Aquaman comes diving in, you just mini stun him with Mr. Punchy, and it'll stop his ultimate.
So Asylum did not throw out his ultimate, and I think it was because he was pretty certain that he was going to live through that. So I'm probably not even going to get a kill, so I'm not going to waste it to deter him, because I'm fairly certain I can escape. He's actually
I think he's trying to bait out Aquaman. Aquaman doesn't have enough will though, so I don't think he would even catch the bait.
Yeah. Get it, bait from the ocean. Alright, I've been up for like forever, so forgive me.
Okay.
Forgive me for finding things that aren't funny really funny. Even though I'm not laughing.
You didn't even laugh. I was just like, wait, you didn't find that funny. You liar.
I just slowly hated myself. So I just wanted to point out for anybody who's tuning in right now, these teams are some of the best Infinite Crisis players, practically right now, the best Infinite Crisis players that we know of that are going to be participating in this tournament for an nVidia GeForce GTX 760, which is an excellent graphics card, and nVidia was very nice to provide me with. And obviously, you know, have a nice graphics card makes it easier to play the game when it looks good, and you can see all the effects very well. So
serious equipment for serious gamers, and that's exactly what these players are. And even if you're not that type of player, I personally like having that advantage with the graphics card myself.
Yeah.
You know, just playing in the solo queue just for fun.
It feels better.
Yep. Oh, the dive is gonna come in. Oh, the greed! The bat screen coming in, and Joker comes with the teleport. This is pretty amazing. Gas Joker is gonna get caught out as well, as Aquaman is just trying to sweep his way out of there. The invulnerability is not enough, and Gas Joker is gonna get out from the side. They don't have any surveillance cameras to catch him out. He's just gonna back. And VEXX is playing it pretty smart and saying, we're not going to chase you, guess what, we're just taking Raider, and we'll probably secure this top turret up here. And Star Sapphire is holding her own in the bot lane, and they're not going to be able to get that tower either.
Yeah, that was actually a really good play. Those were the first kills that we've seen by Bros and STO, so props, definitely props. And, I mean, why exactly did that happen? They just get converged on really hard.
It looked like KGO had the advantage there, but unfortunately they didn't have the vision in the jungle to spot Atomic Green Lantern, and they also didn't know that Joker was going to teleport in. You don't know these things. Sometimes you see it, sometimes you don't.
Yeah.
And when you're invested into a fight, sometimes you don't hear that, you know, that teleport coming in or see that on the map.
And obviously, you can't really necessarily keep track of every teleport that's up or down, especially if they're not in your lane. And And that's actually probably one of the biggest reasons that someone takes teleport is because when you're in a lane, you're gauging your situation and you're saying, all right, it's 2v2 or it's 2v3, and that person's low, and you're going, I can do this within these parameters. And suddenly when somebody's teleporting in, you're like, I did not account for that.
Yeah, and if you have that GeForce GTX 760, you might be able to spot that out a little better.
Maybe. Maybe once you see those little yellow things swirling all around, you know what's coming in. If it is yellow, I'm pretty sure it is. It's just a color. It's the first one I thought of, okay? Maybe it's white. I don't know. There's a lot of colors in this game.
This cupcake
Which you can see better with the NVIDIA graphics card. But it is really great. These players are all really good, and that's why you usually see matches like this. Usually, I should say, see matches with kills happening a lot sooner, but you're not going to see it with pro teams because they all play pretty carefully. There's some good harass, but, you know, Asylum was pretty on top of escaping from there.
Yeah, I mean, you say playing carefully, Joker knew not to extend past that half point. Rose is going in hard here. And oh, the rabbit coming out, and that does cut his armor a lot, so they'll be able to do some serious damage. He should be able to get out here if his wall is up.
As to the O, I feel like could have been dealing a little bit more damage if he had been a little more aggressive.
Yeah, he was trying to take those last hits, and it might not have been that beneficial. I think there was a little bit of miscommunication there.
Yeah. I mean, regardless, I think they would have probably been pushed away with, just with the sheer amount of aggression that's Preem and Cripsy are putting out down here. Ooh, and Salty Kai, he's been in the enemy jungle a lot. I think he's probably really knowledgeable about where to go in that jungle.
Yeah, and he's just paying a lot of attention. Here we go with another teleport coming in. This time it's Atomic Green Lantern. They should be able to secure the kill on Zatanna. Oh, Zatanna's got his dash on. And Green Arrow can get out with the tumble. The bat screen comes out. It is enough damage, but the super foam, not enough. Oh! The grab coming out on top. No, it's not. It's not enough. They just switch targets onto Gaslight Joker. They should be able to secure the kill here. Oh, no!
He just got punched in the butt. That's what just happened.
He grabbed his butt.
Right in the B cheeks. Yeah. I don't know. I mean, it says grab, but when he throws it out there, doesn't it kind of look like a punch?
I just imagine it being a grab because I just want him to grab me.
Alright, that's probably.
Oh. Are we on stream? Cut that. Cut that. Cut that.
Magic. Wow.
Were we on a timeout? And we're back. Welcome to Infinite Crisis. This is the DC Multiverse MOBA. Here we have KGO versus VEXX.
And Atomic Green Lantern is a very frisky shit. Fatal Uno going in on Catwoman. I feel like that's not an aggressive move that I would make, but, you know, hitting all of your skill shots definitely gives you that advantage. I think that Eve's being pretty low on will.
Oh, like a Superman wall coming in, and it's not enough. She has her ultimate away to tumble. Oh my goodness, the Star Sapphire Predator rooting perfectly in place.
Actually gonna live.
It is enough.
Wow. That was really well timed on her part, though. Like, instead of just, like, you know, out of fear, popping the invulnerability, she did it right when she knew she was going to be taking fatal damage.
That was really well done on both parts. Yeah. Even Fatal Uno, he threw out that crystal, and before it even landed to the location that it was supposed to go, he knew the range of the ultimate, and that ultimate of the Predator roots targets in place before the Predator comes out. So essentially, that was just such a good play on.
Do you think that maybe if he had waited, though, that the Predator would have been in a position that was a little further ahead, and thus would have been able to deal more damage by using his basic attacks?
Possibly.
Possibly.
Or it could have been a potential extra tumble that would have got away and missed the root, and then he would. But
that also comes down to like a half-second window. Yeah,
no, it does, and then that's what these pro players are about. They're down to the, you know, playing to those half-second windows and paying attention to every little detail on, you know, the next Trident for Aquaman comes up in, you know, 3.5 seconds, and Joker can use Mr. Punchy every 4 seconds with max cooldown reduction. Yep. You know, you just need to know all these things.
It's something that it's cool because you don't even necessarily count it. Like you don't in your head you don't go once.
Right.
You feel it.
Yes.
Like you're so used to it that you just know, okay, it's about to be up right about now.
Yeah, you play against these champions so much and you just learn everything about them. Or if you're laning as a controller with your marksman, you don't need to ask them, hey, when's your next skill up? You just learn that in the same place as that.
Well, VEXX did a really good job picking up that Raider, and Mecha Superman almost seemed to secure that kill on Aquaman. It was a really well-placed wall, but looks like they're just going to bully them away from the area.
Yeah, the disengage there was really well done, and Gaslight Joker says, I'm going to go back in. I don't know why.
Catwoman's coming. It is kind of 44, effectively, because Crashy's
Crashy could stay here. He is low, but he's not that low.
He's obviously making that decision for a reason.
Yeah, Green Arrow is bottom, and Aquaman is just completely out of will here. Zatanna's running low, so this isn't the fight they exactly want. But is it the fight they need?
I knew that was gonna happen.
Oh, gosh, I had to say it before you did. I saw you turning to me, and I was just like, oh,
I saw you
totally
turning
gonna say
the
that.
moment words, or rather, I turned to you the moment words came out of your face, because I, like, in my brain, I was just like, really?
I just know you were gonna follow up with that. Tell me you weren't.
I was, but it was gonna be really slow.
Okay.
Like.
So I saved you from.
You saved me from a really boring dialogue with myself. Yes, thank you. And I guess you saved a couple thousand
And now
people
I just
from
look
that
foolish because I wasted the time.
Yes, obviously you need to learn to min-max your time, like the players are min-maxing.
Yeah, like eating this cupcake.
Oh wow, now you're taunting people with cupcakes that they can't even see.
I mean, it's delicious.
Wow, big jerk. Look at this guy. So we see some pinging going on. They actually know that Ease is hanging around in their jungle. Fatal Uno throwing that over the wall, gets the vision, but not able to really do anything about that, especially because Catwoman can just, you know, hack her way out of everything.
Uh-oh, Crashy's gonna get caught out here in the jungle. Is it an... Oh, wow, he tries to just go hard on the Catwoman. And that was a little bit of a risky play. I was wondering what he would have done had he grabbed her.
Oh, this is a 5-man push in the mid lane. You think that's kind of a waste of resources?
No, I actually think this is a really good choice. Oh no, the teleport coming out from Joker. Is it Joker? Yeah. It is. He's gonna vanish in and use his ultimate. We should see this. Is it enough though? They're picking down KGO one by one. Joker's ultimate just a little bit too far behind at this point.
I mean, they're slowly showing that when it comes to team fights and when it comes to picking somebody to focus and just turning that tide of battle, they're clearly a bit on the winning side because they're 5-14, a single death to the 5 deaths over there, and though there are 5 deaths, there's only a kill and a couple assists. So it looks like KGO just seems to be a little bit less organized in their team fights.
Gas Joker going ham onto Atomic Green Lantern. No pun intended, all pun intended. Bonds of Love coming out from Star Sapphire. That was perfect to stop Gas Joker and pick up the kill. Can he get Cripsy? Oh, Crashy has his shield. That's enough, but the Bonds of Love isn't.
He used it too soon because of the basic attack.
Is it enough to pick up a triple kill, though? Oh, Joker coming in will definitely be able to secure the kills.
Oh, nice, nice. That was a super good punchy basic attack combo. Does he use that?
I think VEXX followed in way too far onto Catwoman Prime. You can't chase Catwoman Prime. She just tumbles and tumbles.
Are they chasing her though, or are they just pushing that lane?
Well, they were at first, and this is what started this mess. And I say mess, but really it turned out good. It turned out better for them in the long run. It looked like Gas Joker was going to pick up the kill onto Crashy, and then they could just instantly turn on to Mecha Superman, but Star Sapphire came out with that Bonds of Love.
I just want to point out, for anybody who's new to Infinite Crisis or isn't quite sure what it's about, I've seen a couple of people look at the champions and be like, what is that? This whole thing about Infinite Crisis is that it's characters that you know and love, but reimagined in these different universes. So Mecha Superman that you see right here is a robot Superman that was actually, in his universe, a robot that crashed into space, very much like Superman did, like, as you know him. However, Clark Kent, as opposed to being, you know, Kal-El, was just a human child who basically built this robot that became Mecha Superman later. And, you know, we see Aquaman, we see Star Sapphire and the people that you know and love, but you see, you know, Atomic Green Lantern. He's from an entirely separate universe. He's from a post-apocalyptic. Actually, I believe he was like crushed by some debris and it broke his ring. And you know that nothing actually breaks the ring. The Green Lantern's ring is basically unbreakable.
Yeah.
And it kind of poisoned him with this sort of radiation caused by the willpower, and now he's basically pretty close to death 100% of the time and is trying to do what he can for his broken world. So these characters already are epic as heck, and they're just made more epic by being reimagined in all these different roles. Yeah,
and we can see this Mech Superman going down pretty quickly because he was just trying to hold the line here. But Fatal Uno, you know, he wasn't exactly in the right spot, so he couldn't deal out that consistent. Oh, wow. He's in the right spot now.
Nice combo there.
Holy cow. They saw the Catwoman Prime in the back, and he was just doing such a good job at hitting them out one by one. And it should be enough to do some more damage. Oh.
That was a really good
It comboed well with the bat scream there we saw from Gaslight Batman. You know, those combos are exactly what you want with champions when you're picking, you know, a good team comp.
range on that is so intense. I mean, she can keep her crystal out in as long as you know. Well, I mean,
He's so cute.
he's cute. I don't think many other people would think that.
He's cute.
Why do you think so? Because he reminds you of a little dog following you around.
Yeah, it reminds me of my dog.
Do you ever stop thinking about Kira?
No.
Okay, as long as you just bring that
If I
out
said
there.
yes, she would kill me. She's watching this stream right now.
Aww.
She just sits at my computer and just like.
Is she your predator?
watches
Can you
everything.
manifest her?
No.
You wish.
I don't have magic powers. She has the powers. She manifests.
She manifests you?
She manifested me.
OP. I
Yeah.
want to play the Kira champion and manifest PlayByGray. So, you summon PlayByGray and he brings you dog treats.
Wow.
Yes. Well, what? I'm not trying to
I want that
insult
for
you.
myself.
Oh.
No, like, give me a PlayByGray summon.
That would be, I don't know, that sounds like, no. It's
Okay.
not the kind of multiverse we want here.
But is it the multi?
Shut up! Alright, so let's get some action going on here, guys. VEXX is really putting the hurt on KGO, but I know the KGO is a really solid team, and they just need to make sure that they're a little bit more focused when they're targeting. They can take this turret out and make sure. Really, the people that need to die, I would say, are Star Sapphire and either Joker or Gaslight Batman. They're both probably an equal threat depending on their positioning, but as a general rule of thumb, Star Sapphire's cooldowns are so low, and they're all area of effect that she's probably the most important target to take out right off the bat.
Yeah, I mean, and these fights are just going back and forth, as we can see, and now they're just fighting over the pick-off, so they can pick someone off, kill them, and then they can secure the Raider and push. But neither team is allowing for that, and they use the ultimate on Gas Joker. This is a little bit questionable. I think it was just to bait him. Oh, wow! Catwoman gets caught out and goes back in, but the invulnerability is enough to save her, and Aquaman is just in the back throwing his. Oh, Joker pick a kill on Catwoman Prime.
Everybody's scattered.
I think everyone else was just, yeah, they were mixed on what should have went down, and it was actually a good ultimate on the Gas Joker in terms of, you know, trickery. We want you to run away, and then we're gonna initiate onto someone else.
Oh, this is definitely not good for KGO. Fatal Uno hasn't even used his ultimate yet. So if they if they don't want to taste this, Fatal Uno, all he needs to do is throw in that crystal bomb, manifest that predator, and everybody's gonna die. I'm calling it right now.
Blue Legion picks up the Raider, they secured it, and they pick up the kill on Atomic Green Lantern. It's not enough for Star Sapphire's ultimate, and the Predator is just... Oh,
that was a really good play by KGO. I did not expect this. You know what?
Oh, he thought he had the kill, and it wasn't enough.
I think that S to the O and Bros got tunnel vision for Salty Kai and basically left Fatal Uno to die there. That's what I'm thinking kind of happened. They thought that it was probably pretty important to kill S to the O, but when he was low, or when they were bullying him away, I mean, they didn't need to secure the kill. You know what I mean? They just needed to zone him away, and I think Fatal Uno didn't really have anybody there for him, or at least he should have at least tried to join them and make sure, like, hey, don't leave me, I'm gonna die. Because he did land all of his skills. You saw he caught a couple of people with the snare from his manifest. He did a fair amount of damage with the Private Harvest, but
I mean, they were down about, I'd say, 4,000 credits at one point, KGO, and now they're just down, you know, 1K. So it's not hard to come back from being down 5, 7K. You just need to make sure you pick the right fights.
Yep.
And we saw earlier, you know, they had, VEXX had like 6 kills and no deaths, and then, you know, now everything's just changing for KGO.
They're making the right plays. I mean, even right there, I was pretty convinced that they were not going to be able to get that one out. But I think, like, because VEXX was a little bit more disorganized, KGO was able to take advantage of it. So that was definitely a really good call on their part.
Yeah, started from the bottom, now they here.
They made it.
No.
They made it to the top.
Yeah.
They wanted me to say that to Mailer.
Actually, Melee told me to put that into the stream.
What?
Yeah. I've been singing it all day. Redbeard was playing the song all last night at like 2 a.m. along with Disney songs.
But Disney songs are so great.
Oh no, yeah, we loved it. But he just kept playing that started from the bottom
now
song.
I have Pocahontas like in my head. Thanks, dude.
And,
Thanks.
oh, no problem.
Thanks.
It's so good.
Oh, this is not good. Can we sing Disney songs while casting? Like, Can we do it in the melody of it? I don't think I have the talent for that. I'm not prepared. I'm not mentally prepared for this. So, unfortunately, Rose goes down to the Aquaman. Can't get away from the Lord of Atlantis. We've seen this many times. He's 6-2. Actually, wow. Despite the fact that they were kind of losing there towards the beginning, Geese has really been keeping up with everybody. 6-2. The 3-to-1 kill-death ratio is nothing that you really want to balk at.
Oh, good baby ultimate coming out from the Joker to just kite them out. Ease is just always in the back. Oh, it's enough though. It's enough. The slow will proc, but she should be able to keep tumbling away.
So you can actually outrun that.
Yeah, it's really, really aggravating
when you are the atomic
when someone outruns. You see a Catwoman Prime just tumbling away to infinity. Oh, Crashy goes in hard there, but Mecha Superman wasn't ready for the fight. He's just coming back in now.
Wow, there is so much AoE damage from all of that blasting and freaking Gaslight Batman ultimate coming down the lane. They basically traded 1 for 1, but
oh, Rose getting stopped by your own wall. Terraforming coming out from Mecha Superman onto Green Arrow. It's not enough to get turned into a rabbit, and he just needs to back away because Aquaman is just standing there in the corner throwing tridents left and right.
On Asylum Kanata, that might have been the killing blow, and if not, he would have just followed up with his ultimate. It just dunked him. I want to see some more dunking.
Dunk?
Does that make me weird?
America runs on Infinite Crisis Aquaman dunk.
You are totally overtired. You're just saying the weirdest things.
I have a feeling that's me all day and just nobody tells me that.
Oh, well, you know what? I'm your friend, so I'm going to be honest.
Thanks. Oh, there's a tattoo parlor.
Really?
It's really interesting.
Piercings.
I guess it's not a tattoo parlor.
You don't know that they don't do tattoos.
Yeah, a tattoo right there. It says it.
Yeah!
It's got some beers in the corner there.
Let's go. Oh, look, nice little chair. Let's go drink there.
Wow. You could just sit up there with Green Arrow just sniping people.
That would be a little borked.
I guess.
Let's not do that. $10 coffee is unfortunately dead.
Yeah, I mean, like we have on the Gotham Divided maps, once you destroy those turrets, the map kind of destroys itself, and you create new pathways for you to enter through, and we can see Sun, you know, that Sun Cafe being brutally destroyed for the benefit of pathing through new areas.
Yeah, actually, Dan Willett is a huge jerk. He's like, in order to make a really cool mechanic, we're just gonna blow everything up.
The Raider coming back up here in about a minute. Nope.
In about a
now,
0.
In about 1 negative minutes.
When you add something in a negative value, does it actually count though?
Yeah, it just counts as 0 because you can't do it.
No.
You can't go back in the past.
Yeah.
Oh, he's getting pulled up with a grab. He has to pop his ultimate to get away here, and Asylum just goes hardcore in there with his Mr. Punch's not enough.
Oh.
Crashy uses his ultimate. It's hitting 3 targets. Isn't it enough to stop Green Arrow? They can't decide which target they want, and Gaslight Joker is doing a great job of just kiting them all. Oh, the Aquaman ultimate coming out, and Catwoman is just picked 1 by 1 with the tumbles.
But Vex actually looks like they're going to be turning this around. They're going to pick out some Scream. That's a target that they definitely want to go down. Ease does not have her ultimate. Oh. This is just such a back and forth. No ultimate, though. I really don't think this is something Catwoman wants.
Oh, this is something she wants. She has a tumble in about another second. It should be enough.
Too early. S to the O.
Oh, no. Just wait for the invulnerability to go off.
Nice. Bonds of Love.
Oh, Bonds of Love secured.
Hit it. Hit that wall, bro. Hit that wall, bros.
Oh, the root coming out. Oh, the bat scream isn't enough, and the shield from this sword is not enough either.
Vex turn that around. That's for sure.
Yeah, I mean, we haven't seen a lot of these prolonged fights, and when you get a team with KGO that has this poke comp, constant poke comp, just poke, never hard engage, have Gaslight Joker soak up the hits with his spell shields, you know, you get these really long fights, and Vex is trying to hard engage as quickly as possible, but they just kite it out so well, and you see Aquaman on one side, and Catwoman Prime on the other side, and Zatanna on the other side, and it's just splitting Vex up so perfectly that they can't pick the right target.
Yeah, I mean, I feel like Vex and KGO both seem to be trading the strength in team fights in terms of, you know, focusing and just coming out on top.
Yeah.
And it definitely, that's what comes down to those micro decisions, and every little move that you make can be what makes or breaks that fight. So it's actually interesting to see Supreme going for that Intercageous. It's quite a defensive item. You know, but if you're Zatanna, don't you want know. Like, it's definitely not a bad item considering the amount of poke. Okay, that is a chunk.
Oh, that was a very good lance toss over him.
It's a trident.
Yeah, lance. A trident, to be perfectly correct.
I mean, Aquaman might be upset.
It is. Yeah, I like Aquaman, so I would not like to accept the man. I appreciate everything that he's done.
For you?
No, for the water.
Not the ocean, not the sea, for the water.
Yeah.
Like the water you drink.
Yeah, I drink a lot of water.
Does it have to do with like the water that Aquaman resides in? Directly?
Probably. I hope he doesn't like do anything to it. Like,
well, where do you think he goes to poops? Yeah, there you go. He poops in your water. Now you know. Now you know the truth.
I had to go to the bathroom.
Like, now you're rethinking it all. Now you're upset with Aquaman.
Yeah. I still love him though. I mean, I don't think he gets enough love, to be honest with you. I think Infinite Crisis did such a good job at portraying what Aquaman is, and the skill set that he has is just so great. He's just got such varied skills in certain ways that you can play him, and everybody can play him in a different way, and he can build power damage and he can build attack damage, and this champion just brings a lot to the table.
He's got a really high skill cap, so you know people who are definitely newer to Infinite Crisis might have a tough time really learning to master him. He's difficult to learn because instead of having basically 4 skills, he essentially has 6. His ultimate isn't the standard ultimate, you know, that might have a long cooldown. It synergizes such that it doesn't even unlock until you've landed one of his other skills. So it's, you know.
Yeah, players
tough.
like you and me just can't handle that kind of, you know.
Yeah, we're too bad.
Yeah, we can't. We don't understand 26-second ultimates or green arrow ultimate at level 1.
I actually don't. I suck at green arrow ultimate. Yeah.
That's unfortunate.
I'm unfortunate.
He's really good.
Like, I mean, I'm okay with green arrow. It's just his ultimate that I just can't really, like, understand.
What about Mecha Superman? You like Mecha Superman?
Mecha Supes is freaking awesome.
He's so good.
Look at that guy.
Look, he's just like, I'm smelling these flowers.
Wings. Those aren't flowers. Those are straight up just
There's flowers right there. You see that?
But yeah, but he was standing over here, and there's no
He's got.
Are
you kidding me? He's a robot. His nose senses are like through the roof.
He doesn't have a sense of smell if he's a robot.
You know the guy personally?
Do you know him?
Can you give me his email address?
Can you give me his email address?
I cannot, but I can give you the email address of the Northeast Collegiate Tournament that we have.
I was gonna say, I feel like our conversation is devolving from relevant things, so thank you for bringing us back on.
Yeah,
back on track.
The Northeast Collegiate Tournament sign-up period ends on March 23rd, and you can enter in at esports@turbine.com. Get 4 of your friends
there you go.
to play.
I mean, you're talking about a tournament, but you just
Infinite
sign up.
Crisis together to win $5,000 and a spot in the $25,000 Invitational at PAX East. This is money you could be paying, you know, your college tuition off with. All you have to do is enter in a tournament, play a game, and win.
It does say collegiate.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's got college in it, basically. Colegio actually just means school. Universidad is actually how you say it in Spanish.
I wasn't trying to get serious.
You said colegio. Sorry, I was just trying to educate you.
Sorry.
God.
I am really surprised this match has gone on. Well, I'm not surprised that it's gone on this long. I'm just surprised that these players, honestly, they're just playing really, really well right now. No one's getting caught out, and if they do get caught out, they're in a spot to be able to get out. Like Catwoman Prime can use her ultimate and get those extra tumbles in, as we can see here.
Yeah, literally. She's just like, all right, I guess I'll show you.
Yeah, I mean, they both have really good engage and disengage, and you know the poke comp that we were talking about from KGO is as it gets later and later, and you know you get full item builds from Aquaman and Catwoman Prime, the poke is gonna get some serious leverage going on.
I think they're basically having a tough time because both the teams are really good, and they don't really want to create an opportunity that's really ideally if 2 people die in one team, it's just going to be very bad. TFX actually positioned themselves really well.
Caught out here. He has a spell shield. They didn't pop it. They just waited out. Terraformer going down from Mecha Superman. Bro does not have Terraformer for the next fight. This is going to be pretty brutal.
They don't have ease though. But he could just teleport in whenever he wanted to.
They don't have ease, but they do have surveillance cameras. Oh, is it enough to land on Green Arrow? It is. If they can get the initiation onto Mecha Superman, is too far out. They're going to have to back out again. This is not good for VEXX. Catwoman Prime is pushing the bot lane, and they really don't... KGO doesn't need to force a fight here. They can just keep swinging back, and Joker has to go down. And when you don't have Joker in a fight for you, it gets really rough. And this is the fight that they want right now. If they can land onto Gaslight Batman... Oh man, that Green Arrow ultimate coming out with some serious damage.
Jace actually, Aquaman uses his Undertow to hit it and then hit it again to do that reposition.
Yeah.
He tried to land his Trident of the King so he could just get right in on somebody, but I mean, right now, looks as it is, it looks like Catwoman Prime is, fortunately for Asylum, might kill him. Nope, it looks like he's gonna make it away safely. But Fatal Luna getting there a little bit late. Ease had actually already taken. All that happened was KGO was kind of just like dancing around in the mid lane and distracting VEXX, you know, making them think that they kind of needed to hang around there in case that something was going to happen, and they did, I believe. Yeah, ended up seeing that Raider, so it actually worked out for them.
And when you say Undertow on Aquaman, do you mean that he started from the bottom, now he's here when he uses that follow-up?
Nope, I mean that he started from the left, used it and went to the right, and then he used it and went to the right again.
Okay.
Yeah.
I just clear that up.
I just, you know, it's cool. It's good. Communication is very important.
Yeah, it is. And
especially
obviously,
if you want to make it to the top.
Yeah. Now the whole team's here. As we can see, VEXX grouping back up into the mid lane. They need to make a decision on whether they want to keep forcing this mid lane or if they want to do the split push themselves, and I don't think their team comp is that beneficial towards the split. They could have Star Sapphire go
No, I don't think
split
anybody
off.
can split on VEXX except for perhaps Asylum Kanata, who would just need to run away when anybody came for him.
Yeah, I mean, I'm comfortable playing Star Sapphire against Catwoman Prime, who would probably be the best for a split.
Yeah.
I'm not saying I'm comfortable playing against Ease.
No, probably not.
Yeah, just me playing in solo queue onto everyone in the stream that watches who doesn't play every day.
Yeah.
I can take advantage of
You're a terrible person.
Yeah.
You're the worst kind of person right now.
Yeah, I know.
You're just broadcasting how awful you are.
I just... sorry.
So they're actually going for Leviathan. KGO had just taken the Raider, and they're going straight for the Leviathan. So they're really on top of these objectives. If they take this is going to enable them to really make that push that they need to. They don't have the EMP. So what they're going to need to do is probably force a team fight, win the team fight, and then have free reign of one of the dampeners. Ideally, I guess they would want to go to the bot lane. It's the one that's the most susceptible because of the push that E's made there prior.
Yeah, I mean, Tens is laughing at me in the chat. I don't appreciate that, Tens. We'll have a top Raider.
Why? Because you're a jerk.
Criven said, fed by Gray. I don't take advantage of people. I'm actually really nice in solo queue. Add me. IC_PlayByGray. I'm really friendly and I don't care who I play with.
That doesn't sound like a friendly thing. I don't care who I play with.
Well, I don't care, and like you don't have to play well. And I play, I just play whatever.
Play whatever. And he's a cute guy.
Yeah.
He's a solid dude.
Yeah.
Alright, that was a little bit of a miss by Bros. He did good stuff.
Oh, the grab and the dash! Oh, this is enough to pick up the kill on Zatanna, and I can hear the teleport coming in. Who is it? It is Catwoman Prime.
Why is this
Zatanna is still going!
She's not done!
Mega Superman's gonna fall down! He has Lazarus effect, though. Oh, the Predator missing the ultimate! It was on top of him and not at the enemy targets. They're poking away, and Cryptite... Oh, the Bat Scream! He jukes the Bat Scream! Aquaman goes into the back line and picks up Star Sapphire.
Oh,
no!
Oh my god.
No! The team invulnerability coming out from the Leviathan, though, and Gas Joker is just doing the best he can to kite them off. Catwoman Prime goes down. Oh, this is the perfect thing for VEXX Gaming. This is what they wanted. They can push this bot lane.
Okay, so that was really cool. I think that I kind of love Supreme for going all of these defensive artifacts, because he at first did really well because he just completely baited them into going for him.
Yeah.
You were like, Zatanna's dead, and she was at half health and being actively focused and taking 0 damage.
How the hell is Zatanna so tanky? Dog OBGYN said.
Okay, well this is why. I'm gonna tell you, because she has Steel's Breastplate and Entropy Ages, she also has the Health Cosmic Belt. And she's level 17.
Oh
which
my
is like
goodness.
pretty high level, and I mean everybody else is pretty high level too. But as a Zatanna who's building health and tanky items, it's good to be pretty dang close to everybody else's level, especially on a team that's been a little bit behind throughout the entire game.
And that Abinsur's Lantern, especially stacked up in combo with Seal's breastplate, means you're going to be around for a long time. And as a controller in our game, you want to stack that will because it benefits your control type abilities, like a slow, or the rabbit that you see. The rabbit will last longer. The slow will, you know, double down and give more of a slower, longer timer. You know, all these controllers that we see have those benefits from building will, so you don't, not every champion builds the same way.
That's actually a really cool thing that I like about the controllers, is that, you know, you can actually build them to be more of a blaster type, or you can just kind of build them straight up will, and all of the things that they do is just going to be so potent, and it's also going to make it so that they can cast them so often. It's just when you obviously build a larger will pool, it enables it so that you can cast it more, so they're not going to probably deal as much damage, but you're going to be able to cast it a lot. You're going to be able to stay in that fight for a longer time.
Oh, Aquaman is caught out on the top here. They do have vision of him. Star Sapphire pings him out there. Asylum is just trying to do as much poke damage as he can while Gastroker gets them under control. Atomic Green Lantern, though, Crashy is too far away to fight this, so they need to keep it under
control. Yeah. There was a word there that you didn't say.
Under,
and then you did a gesture, but nobody
I wanted
can see
you to, like, you said we were friends, so I wanted to make sure you followed up with that.
Oh, so did I pass the test?
Yeah, you said, I didn't want that word, but you said it.
I didn't know. Gosh, we're not freaking, like, fraternal twins.
Just missed. We are.
Whoa. Okay. Crashy's been really good at landing those grabs. I was actually surprised that he barely missed that one.
Yeah, though he missed, it's probably not the ideal target to hit anyways.
Yes, probably true.
Gastroker uses Spell Shield a little bit too early there, but it should be on a low enough cooldown at this point for him to get it up in this next fight. They're just going to try and burn the Raider down. This isn't good. They aren't going to be able to do it quick enough. Gastroker is just coming and he's going to pop his Rat Swarm ultimate on multiple targets so he doesn't take too much health reduced. They don't have enough poke coming out. They can't decide which target they want to go on. Aquaman lands. Oh, should he go in on the Star Sapphire? She's all the way in the back. Oh no! Terraformer coming in from Mecha Superman. He's burning down Gaslight Joker, and the Bat Scream comes out from Gaslight Batman, followed up with Joker's ultimate. This is just not enough. Oh, the Aquaman tried it right after the Neuron's contract. KGO is just picking up kills left and right. He can get Crashy with it. Oh, just out of range. Fatal Uno just says, hey, get me, let Crashy get out of here. It was a good choice.
Wow.
If they kept going the same path, it would have been a little bit rough.
So KGO is definitely turning it around at this point.
Yeah.
They don't want this to end without at least putting up quite a fight, if not securing that victory.
Yeah, they should be able to pick up the bottom dampener because they have the drones coming in. They can secure this, especially with green arrows. Oh, they didn't need that.
No, in fact, I feel like they should have used it for the middle dampener.
Yeah.
They could have just double whammied it right there.
Yeah, I mean, they could have used it on that, or they could have even used it on the top tower, maybe? I don't know. They should be able to get this middle dampener anyways. As long as they're getting 2 dampeners out of this, it's beneficial. They could have saved the EMP for the next time around. But
this is really difficult for VEXX now. Now that there are 2 dampeners in KGO's favor, I don't know how VEXX is going to attempt to respond to this, because having 2 entire lanes of elite drones, like, already the drone's doing severe damage to that power core turret.
Yeah.
I think that, and also because of the elite drones pushing, it doesn't really enable them to venture out far, because their base is just going to get overwhelmed with the amount of drones that are just automatically pushing. So this is going to be like all the objectives basically belong to KGO now. VEXX is going to have to do something pretty special, pretty sneaky, I think, to swing this in their favor at this point.
Yeah, and Iza's just picking the extra EMP up, and they're just farming up a little bit more for the next finishing, drive that they have.
Yep, I think it should basically be down to a single team fight, and that's what.
Yeah, I mean, it will essentially decide it. KGO's turrets are all down in all the lanes. They just have the dampeners up, and VEXX has the top tower, top turret still going, and they're not that far behind. They're behind 10,000 credits, but it's not enough to put them in a spot where they can't catch up or they can't win a team fight.
No, that's definitely true.
Yeah, they just need to make sure they pick out a target.
They're not actually split right now, so in KGO it looks like maybe they just have the push happening in the top lane, and I would imagine that they would want to regroup. They don't really need to split at this point because there's not even any lanes to split in. They have both of those dampeners down. I think they just need to get it together and make sure that nobody gets caught out by themselves.
Yeah, I mean, we can see KGO just pushing through right now, trying to get that top dampener, and Star Sapphire lies waiting.
Yeah, she knew that if she had gone out there, it was entirely possible that like Gastroker was like hanging around the bend right here.
Yeah, and they're trying to shove out bot because the faster they shove that lane out, the easier it is for them to defend against, you know, a team fight right here on the top dampener.
At this point, did they even pick up the EMP? Did Gastroker pick it up? Yep. What a smart guy. That's why he had taken a little bit to get back. He knew that Ease had picked up that in the top lane, and he grabbed it.
I like his waddle that he's got going on.
Yeah, he's got that fat man curse. But
He's really fun and really funny. His DL is just so good.
Ooh,
oh!
Recording.
Here we go. Catwoman Prime just pushing in. This is not going to be good for VEXX. We have her shoving in the drones as quickly as possible. Oh no, Joker misses his first Mr. Punchy there, as we can see. And they use the EMP to take out the top dampener, but they're just fighting and they're not focusing on the dampener. VEXX can pick up a kill if they can get onto Aquaman. No, they cannot. Gastroker doing a really great job kiting them out with the Rat Swarm, as you can see around him. The Baby Bomb from the purple smoke is coming out, doing massive AoE damage to KGO, and they're just trying to kite back. Rose goes down in the Lazarus effect. He's going to revive. So is S to the O. Can they pick up a kill when they do revive? He uses invulnerability. He batflets away, and the match ends because the drones pushed both the power core towers, and they didn't even know that was happening.
That was really amazing.
And
they were just trying to defend the dampener. We did. We just didn't think it was important to call out. Obviously, right. It was going to happen regardless. But look at the amazing amount of synergy that really KGO was able to show at the end. And VEXX still played that so well the entire time, to the point where I was pretty convinced that they were going to win at one point.
Yeah, I mean, that was a really great match from both sides. Having a 51-minute match, you know, that gets exhausting after a while too, and you need to stay, you know, on par with your gaming throughout the whole entire match. And if you get exhausted or tired, sometimes you get picked out, and that's how the match ends.
Yeah, or sometimes you just say weird things.
Like me?
Like you.
Okay.